So 30 minutes we have. I think most of you are familiar with my classes, but the idea behind these 30-minute classes is to create a ton of movement, a ton of breath, so we can get out of our mind for a little bit, right? So perfect for those days where you're feeling a little bit low or anxious or depressed. This kind of gets us out of our own way so that the breath can come in and heal the body. Okay, so there is kind of a method behind my madness here. The classes move a little bit quick. If you lose pace at all, just come into child's posture if you need a break, and then join us when you're ready. Okay, we link kind of 4 little mini sequences together in one long one at the end. All right, beautiful. You can have your camera on or off. If it's on, I can sometimes give you some suggestions or adjustment suggestions through here. All right. Beautiful. Okay, today we're going to start standing at the top of our mat. Take a moment here to find your feet. I always like to close my eyes here for the first few breaths and just drop down into your feet. So you want to feel your toes. You want to feel your heels heavy into the mat. You want to soften your shoulders away from your ears and just feel the body. The breath that we're using today is Ujjayi breath, so in and out through the nose. Slight constriction at the back of your throat. Good. Keeping your eyes closed. Let's inhale our hands in front of heart center. And let's set an intention for our practice. So guide your mind into a certain place that you want to focus on, feeling it not only in the body, but also the breath. We shift our vibration right away with this intention. Good. Let's slowly open the eyes and release your arms by your side. Good. Bring your big toes together, heels slightly apart. And with your next inhale, let's bring our arms above our head, reach and lengthen out of the body. And with your exhale, fold forward. Inhale, gaze up, long through the spine. Let's plant our hands down onto the mat. Jump or step back into high plank. Shoulders over your wrist. Let's lower, bending your elbows by your side. Hover your chest. Inhale, upward facing dog. Chest comes up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. With your next inhale, come back forward into high plank. Shoulders over your wrists, heels over your toes. And we're going to take 4 rocks here. So inhale, rock your shoulders past your wrists. And come on back. 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. And last one. Good. Come back into neutral. Take your right foot, slide it in between your left hand and your left foot. It's straight out to the side. And you're going to start to drop your hip down towards the mat. Good. 2 breaths here. Beautiful. Come back through. Step your right foot back and we'll switch sides. Take your left foot, slide it all the way through in between your right hand, your right foot, and drop your hip down towards the mat. That's it. Good. Come back through high plank. Shoulders over your wrists. Let's lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Bend your elbows by your side. Inhale, upward facing dog. Chest comes up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up towards the sky. Feet flat onto the mat, hands onto the mat. Bring your gaze forward. Step your right foot in between your hands. Drop your back knee down to the mat. Let's rise up with the chest. You're going to reach your right fingertips down towards the mat, left arm up and over. Beautiful. Good. Let's switch sides. Inhale up, left fingertips down towards the mat, right arm up and over. That's it. Good. Back through center. Hands come down onto the mat, and you're going to attempt to straighten this front leg as much as possible. For some of us, you may need to stay bent if you're quite tight behind the front leg. Good. 2 breaths here. Good. To release, bend back into this front knee. Hands come onto the mat and step back, downward facing dog. And switching sides. Inhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Drop your back knee down to the mat. We rise up at the chest. Reach your left fingertips down to the mat, right arm up and over. Coming into this beautiful side stretch. Good. Switch sides. Inhale to rise. Right fingertips down, left arm up and over. Inhale back up through center. Hands come down onto the mat, and we're going to straighten this front leg as much as possible. Eventually, left toes up towards the sky. Breathe into the back of the leg. The most important part of this practice is your breath. Taking that breath back in and out through the nose. Good, let's bend into this front knee, plant your hands, and step back, downward facing dog. Now bring your gaze forward. You're going to jump or step your knees in between your hands. Rise up with your chest and take your hands onto your lower back. Beautiful. Taking a few gentle back bends here to warm up the body. Inhale, reach your chest up towards the sky. Gaze comes back just as far as the body allows. And inhale, rise up. Sit back onto your heels just for a moment to reset. And then we're going to do 2 more like that. Inhale to rise. Reach your chest up towards the sky. Come back. Inhale, come up. Sit back onto your heels. And last time through, inhale to rise. Back bend. Good. Inhale, come up. Sit back onto your heels. Hands are going to come onto your knees and curl through the spine. Drop your gaze down towards your pelvis. The body is warm. The breath is flowing. We increase the intensity a little bit here. Good. Let's come forward onto all fours for cat-cow. So with your next inhale, let's arch the spine, gaze up towards the sky. And exhale to curl. Good. A few more here. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Last one. Good. Neutral spine. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Good. Let's roll forward into high plank. Shoulders over your wrists. You can drop your knees if you need to. Lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Elbows by your side. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Our hips come high up to the sky. We land solid into the hands and the feet. Good. Now from here, bring your gaze forward. Step your right foot in between your hands. Rise up with your chest, high lunge. Hands come into prayer. Very good. Now, you're more than welcome to stay here. We're going to add some movement. With your next inhale, we're going to step forward. Bring your left knee with you. Stand up nice and tall. Find your balance point. Good. And then step it back. High lunge. Beautiful. Opening up into warrior 2. So drop your back heel, open to the side of your mat, and your arms are nice and wide. Good. Now again, you can stay here, or if you're adding on, we're coming into half moon. Bring your gaze forward. Keep gazing forward. Place your hand onto the mat. Straighten your front leg and lift your back leg. Your hands are stacked. Hips are stacked. That's it, Jen. Good. Beautiful. Now to come out, slightly bend into the front knee and come back into warrior 2. Good, Steve. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Take your left hand, slide it down your left leg, right arm up and over. Feeling the stretch in the side of the body. Good. Our inhale guides us back up through center. Now slide your right hand down your right leg. Left arm reaches across your ear. So coming the opposite direction. Good. One more time each side. Inhale to rise. Left hand down your left leg, right arm up and over. And one more time over to the right. Right hand down, left arm up and over. Feeling the body move in all directions and lengthen. Good. Inhale, come on up. You're going to face the long edge of your mat. Turn both toes out, hands in front of your chest into prayer. Let's bend into the left knee, right toes up towards the sky. So shift your weight over to the left. That's it, Robin. And then back over to the right. And one more each side. Over to the left, back into the right. Hold onto the right. Both hands come onto your right knee. And we're going to pulse here 4 times. So coming to a bit of a deeper stretch for 4. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Pivot back to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Hands come down and step back, downward facing dog. Good. Switching sides. Gaze forward. Step your left foot in between your hands. Good. Rise up with your chest. Hands come forward into prayer. Good. Keep your gaze focused. Inhale, stand all the way up. Bring your right knee with you. Hold steady with your core. And step your right foot back. High lunge. Good. Opening up into warrior 2. Drop your back heel. Open your arms and sink in. Good. Inhale. Gaze forward. We're coming into half moon. You're going to reach your left fingertips down towards the mat. Push up and stack your hips. Good. Fingertips are stacked here. If you wobble and fall like I just did, you come back in. To come out, bend into the left knee, rise back up, warrior 2. Good. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Take your right hand, slide down your right leg, left arm up and over. Find your breath. Let's switch sides. Inhale to rise. Left hand slides down your left leg, right arm reaches across your ear. So how much length can you find here? Expressing through the fingertips, expressing through the sides of the body. Good. And one more each side. Inhale, let's rise up. Right arm slides down, left arm up and over. See if you can get maybe a little more length in the body, a little more depth. And one more time onto the left. Left hand slides down, right arm reaches. Good. Inhale to rise. We're going to face the long edge of our mat. Turn your toes out nice and wide. Good. Hands in front of your chest into prayer. Now we're going to come and bend into this right knee, left toes up towards the sky, just as deep as the body allows. That's it. And then come up and over onto the other side. Left knee bends, right toes up. Good. One more each side. So we're just gliding through, working the mobility of the hips and the knees. And back over to the left knee. Okay. Place both hands onto your left knee. And we're going to pulse here 4 times. So we're going to bend and come in for 4. That's it. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's pivot to the back or to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. We're into high lunge. Good. Hands come down to the mat. Let's step back into high plank. Lower Chaturanga Dandasana. So elbows are by your side. Inhale, chest comes up, upward facing dog. And tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Good. We have 5 breaths here in down dog. This is your chance to slow things down. If you need a child's posture, you can always drop into child's posture. Good. Now we're going to create a bit of a flow with our warrior posture. So bring your gaze forward. Step your right foot in between your hands. Rise up, high lunge. Good. That front knee is stacked over your ankle. Fingertips are reaching. Beautiful. Now open up into warrior 2. Drop your back heel. Open to the long edge of your mat. Open your arms. That's it. Good. Take your left hand, slide it down your left leg. Right arm reaches up and over. Good. We come back up into warrior 2, reaching your arms. Pivot back to the front of your mat, high lunge. Good. Now you can either stay here or come into flying posture with us. Tilt your torso forward. You're going to push off and reach your left leg. Or stay where you are. Keep breathing there. Good. To come out, bend into this front knee. Gently place your left foot back down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Hands come down onto the mat. Step back into high plank and run through your vinyasa. So we lower Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows by the side. Inhale, upward facing dog, chest comes up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Now switching sides. Gaze forward, step your left foot in between your hands. Let's rise up. High lunge, reach your arms. That's it, Jen. Good. Now open up into warrior two. So opening to the side, reach your arms, lengthen out of the body. We're sinking into that front knee, the back heel is grounded. Good. Take your right hand, slide down your right leg, left arm reaches up and over, extending. Inhale back up into warrior two, reach your arms. And then we're going to pivot back to the front of the mat, high lunge. Now stay here or come into flying posture. Tilt your torso forward. We're going to push off. Try to find your balance. Does not matter how high your back leg comes. Beautiful. Good. Gently bend into this front knee. Place your back foot down. Reach your arms. And then we have a vinyasa. Hands come down to the mat. Step back into high lunge, high plank, and lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Good. Now bring your gaze forward. Jump all the way through onto your seat. We're going to do a little bit of core work, and then we're going to loop everything back together. Okay. So knees are up towards the sky, light onto the toes. You bring your hands out in front of you. Palms are touching. Now, this is stage one. If this ends up being too easy, then you're going to lift your toes off the mat. Okay? So lengthen out of the body. We're going to take our hands, cross them to the right edge of our mat. Back up through center. And then over to the left. Good. And then keep moving. Back up through center, over to the right. And then over to the left. Good. So you find your pace. Keep it going. If this is too easy, again, lift your toes off the mat. Good. One more each side. Come back through center. We're going to slowly lower into boat posture, hovering your chest, hovering your toes. Keep reaching your fingertips. And then come back up. Good. And we have one more set of this. So cross to the right and over to the left. And again, just keep moving with your breath. Everything is hugging into the center and we are still breathing, right? Find your breath. Good. One more each side. Back through center. Slowly come back into boat posture. Good. Come all the way up. Grab onto your knees. Drop your gaze. Good. Maybe rock from side to side just to release your abs. Good. Now, we are going to loop this all together. So let's cross the ankles. Come forward, jump or step back into high plank. And lower. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale forward into high plank. Good. Shoulders over your wrists. We have 4 rocks here. So coming forward with the shoulders for 4. 3, 2, drop your knees if you need to. 1. Good. Back through center. Take your right foot. Slide it in between your left hand and your left foot. And you're going to drop that right hip down towards the mat. Good. Come back through center and switch sides. Left foot slides through between your right hand and your right foot. Drop your hip. Good. Come back through center. Lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze forward. Step your right foot in between your hands. Drop your back knee to the mat. We rise up with the chest. Reach your right fingertips towards the mat. Left arm up and over. Good. Back up through center. Let's switch sides. Left fingertips down. Right arm up and over. Come back through center. Hands come forward and straighten this front leg as much as possible. Good. To release, bend back into this knee and step back, downward facing dog. And switching sides. Inhale, step your left foot forward. In between your hands, drop your back knee. We rise up. Reach your left fingertips down towards the mat, right arm up and over. Good. Switch sides. Right fingertips down, left arm up and over. Come back through center. Hands come down, straighten this front leg as much as you can. There's tons of heat in the body, so maybe some more movement. Good. To release, bend into this front knee, step back, high plank. Let's lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze forward. Step your right foot in between your hands. Let's rise up with the chest. Hands come in front of the chest into prayer. Okay, now you can stay here, or if you want to add on, we're going to step forward, bringing your left knee with you. Try to come with control and strength in the body. Good. Gently place the left foot back down onto the mat. That's it. Now let's open up into warrior two. Drop your back heel, open your arms up. Again, staying here or adding on into half moon. So tip forward, right fingertips come down, left leg reaches, left arm reaches. That's it, Robin. Good, Jen, Steve. Come back into warrior two. Bend into this front knee and come back. That's it. Good. Straighten the front leg. Take your left hand, slide it down your left leg, right arm up and over. How is your breath? Good. Let's switch sides. Right hand slides down, left arm up and over, extending, reaching across your ear. Good. Come back up through center. We're going to face the long edge of our mat. Turn your toes out nice and wide. Hands come in front of your chest into prayer. Good. Sink into this left knee, right toes up towards the sky. Good. Now switch sides. Come up and over to the right. Left toes up. And one more onto the left. And back over to the right. Good. Place both hands onto your right knee. And we're going to pulse here 4 times. So come on down for 4. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's pivot around back to the front of our mat. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Hands come down onto the mat and step back, downward facing dog. Good. Let's switch sides. Inhale, step your left foot forward. We rise up, hands come in front of your chest into prayer. Good. Let's step forward, bringing our right knee with us. Hug everything up. And then step it back, high lunge. Open up into warrior two. Good. Gaze forward. We're coming into half moon posture, staying there. Left fingertips come down onto the mat. Shift your weight into the left leg. Your hips are stacked, fingertips stacked. Beautiful. Now come back into warrior two. Bend into your knee. Land your right foot down. Good. Straighten your front leg. Take your right hand, slide it down your right leg, left arm up and over. And then let's switch sides. Come on up. Left hand reaches towards your left toes, right arm up and over. Good. Inhale back up through center. Face the long edge of your mat, hands in front of your chest into prayer. Sink into this right knee, left toes up towards the sky. Good. And then come back over onto the right knee, so slide through. One more each side. Good. And back over to the left knee. both hands onto the left knee. We're going to pulse here 4 times for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's pivot back to the top of our mat. High lunge, reach your arms up. Good. Hands come down to the mat. This is our last vinyasa. Step back into high plank. Shoulders over your wrists. Let's lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Elbows by your side. Inhale, chest comes up towards the sky. And downward facing dog. Hips come up. We land into the hands and feet. Good. Bring your gaze forward, jump all the way through onto your seat. One last round of our core, and then we're almost there. Good. Toes light onto the mat, knees up towards the sky. Bring your hands out in front of you. Lean back just slightly to start to turn on the abs. You might be lifting your toes, and then let's drop our hands towards the right edge of our mat. Back up and over to the left. Good. Keep moving from side to side. Find your breath. And you adjust it so that you can maintain here for a few more. Good. One more each side. Come back through center. Slowly come back into boat posture. We're here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's release onto our back. Draw your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around them. Close your eyes. Take a couple deep breaths here, maybe rocking from side to side. Good. Come back into your intention. And even if you're able to take just a few conscious breaths here with us today, then you are doing your body and your mind a huge service. Good. Let's open our arms up to the side, drop both knees to the right, gaze towards your left fingertips. Slow down your breath. Let's switch sides. Knees come up and over to the left. Gaze towards your right fingertips. Find your breath. Starting to honor the body for showing up, getting us onto our mat, finding our breath. Even the practice of just setting an intention in our day, followed by a few conscious breaths. Exactly what we need to do. Good, let's come back through center. Hug your knees into your chest one last time. Give them a good squeeze. Good. And then take a few rocks here, coming back up onto your seat. Good. Let's face the top of our mat. Come into a comfortable seated position. One last time, close your eyes. Bring your hands in front of heart center. Good. Take 2 deep breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more, inhale. Very good. Very gently, slowly open your eyes. And you guys are all done. Thank you very much. Namaste.